What's up, guys? James Carter TV, and this is a game that I got wrong. And you see, there's just games when you pick games that you really see something happening. Like I saw the Lions going to Pittsburgh and beating Pittsburgh, and then it just isn't happening. You're just like you're kind of shocked. This is one of those games for me this week. And now here's what we're gonna do. This structure now. I think I found a good structure for us to do things. I'm gonna talk about the game that is in the title and everything for the first part of the video. And then later on in the video, I'm going to talk about whatever from the early game. And then next game, when I do my 49ers Saints recap, I'm going to talk about whatever happened in the late games and my thoughts on that. I think that's a good structure of things. Too bad we found this structure at the end of the season. I have to remember this for next season. So let's talk about the game. The Lions, my God, this is a team in prime position to win the NFC North. Amidst Aaron Rodgers' injury, huge injury. The biggest injury that you could ever have is the injury to Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning. Okay, those are the biggest injuries you could ever have because these two men have such an impact on their teams. It's absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. So it's huge, and yet the Lions can't take advantage. They can't go to. It's hard. Okay, going to Pittsburgh and winning in Pittsburgh is hard. The Bills weren't even close last week. Teams have had troubles doing that this season, but it's happened. The Titans have done it before, and you know how bad they look now. So you have to win this game. If you're the Lions, you want them in the NFC East. You have to win this game. They couldn't. They couldn't win the game. They couldn't win the game. They're not going to be 6-4, and it's just unfortunate. So anyway, the Steelers got out to an early lead, 14-0, and Antonio Brown was just beefing it up. This guy was the all-star for my fantasy team today. Absolutely amazing. Antonio Brown finished with about 130 yards and 2 touchdowns, or 140 yards and 2 touchdowns, something around that. Just a great game for him. Big season for him. That's why they felt fine with saying, Mike Wallace, bye. You can leave. We don't care. Bye, Mike Wallace. We don't care. Bye. Hey, see you later. And it doesn't matter because the real reason they've been losing games this season isn't because they miss Mike Wallace. It's because they don't have a run game. That's what I blame it on. And they didn't have a running game this game either. Now, I think the Lions actually have a pretty good run defense, though. Last week they held Matt Forte to about 33 yards as well. Today, Le'Veon Bell got 36 yards. So they have a pretty good run defense for the most part. Now, Adrian Peterson went off against them week 1, but remember, he didn't do much after that. So, a pretty good run defense for Detroit, but their pass defense is awful. And it always comes back to Chris Houston. This guy is consistently awful, and yet this guy is consistently their best corner. And it doesn't make sense to me. This guy can't cover anything. Can't cover Antonio Brown. Definitely can't cover Antonio Brown. Up the middle, DeAndre Levy should have had all kinds of interceptions today. He was dropping two. He dropped 2 clear interceptions today. He dropped. Just the Lions. These are the Detroit Lions, and it's unfortunate because this is a year where they could have not only made the playoffs, win the NFC North, and you need to win the NFC North. Yeah, maybe you can get a wild card, but it's going to be hard because the Panthers are looking very good. Cardinals are looking very good all of a sudden. They're 6-4. 49ers right now, they're 6-3. All these teams competing for the wild card, that's too much. So you want to win the division, you want to be the home team in a playoff matchup. But you see, you can't do that though when you lose games like this. But for the Steelers side of things, with all the Ben Roethlisberger trade rumors, he just silenced them because he was great today. He was spectacular. He was tremendous. Absolutely spectacular, magnificent. This guy had 400 yards passing. This isn't the first time he's done it this season. He did it against the New England defense a couple weeks ago. And he's showing why when you give me protection, when you give me some sort of running game, they didn't have it today, but I can throw it all over a defense. I can really rip it. I can rip it. I'll show you, wow, look at Ben Roethlisberger. Look at this Super Bowl quarterback when you give me those things. You just need to give me those things more consistently. So hopefully the Steelers will realize, we still have a very good quarterback. We still have a Super Bowl quarterback, a quarterback that can take us to the Super Bowl. We just need to rebuild this defense because make no doubt about it, this defense is still struggling. They turn it off, they turn it on. It's too inconsistent for me, and it needs to stop because Calvin Johnson in the first half was just absolutely shredding this defense. He had 6 receptions for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns at the half. But in the second half, the Steelers turned it back on. They found a way to slow down Calvin Johnson. They found a way to keep Matthew Stafford to way under 50% passing, and that's a very good accomplishment in and of itself. So good win for the Steelers. This division is not over for them, but I think it is. I don't see the Steelers coming back and winning this division, but that's another story for another day. I know we're gonna debate that in the comments, but I don't see the Steelers getting into it. I still see the Ravens getting into the conversation for the AFC North because the Bengals today, yeah, they won, but they didn't look good. They did not look good. I mean, I'm sorry. It's hard to say a team that won by 21 points did not look good, but they didn't because they got so much luck off of Jason Campbell's mishaps and blunders, them giving them the ball so many times the Browns did. That's why I don't trust the Bengals. But we'll see. If the Steelers can beat the Ravens and beat the Bengals, then yeah, they're in the division talk. But that's a big if. That's a huge if. And I'm not sure if I'm ready to make that leap just yet. So let's talk about the early games that are going on in the NFL today. You had the tornado warning in Chicago between the Ravens and Bears. And right now, and I was feeling great. I was feeling great because I picked the Ravens to upset the Chicago Bears. They were up 10-0, and then that happened, and then the Bears scored 10 straight points. But then the Ravens bounced back, scored a touchdown, and right now, as of this moment, it is 17-13. I feel strong about my pick. Bears offense hasn't gotten a touchdown. Joe Flacco gave the Bears defense a touchdown. So right now, I feel okay about my pick. Other things that went on, Arizona got it done. Like I said earlier, they're 6-4. They're in the conversation for a wild card, and next week they host Indianapolis, and that's huge because I don't trust Indianapolis on the road. Do you? And especially all the way in Arizona, do you trust them? I don't. And I early pick right now, I have the Cardinals winning that one. Matt Schaub played today, and how unbelievable is that? Gary Kubiak is an idiot. Get him out of here. Okay, Case Keenum. Okay, he was struggling a little bit. When it went Bliss, Case Keenum struggled, sure, but he was benched, and that's absolutely preposterous. Okay, why was Case Keenum benched? I don't understand why. Matt Schaub came out there and showed us all why he stinks. Okay, why he sucks, he's terrible, he's bad, he's awful. They went from 2-0, the Houston Texans. They went from 2-0 to 2-8, and that is a transition that you cannot make in this league. Get Kerry Kubiak out of here, and another coach that needs to get out of here, another team that stinks, is the Atlanta Falcons. Get Mike Smith out of here. I'm sorry. This guy, what are they doing? They're allowing 41 points to Mike Glennon and Bobby Rainey. Are you kidding me? Who are these people? And you're allowing 41 points to them. The wheels have come off in Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't win more than one game. I see them winning one game for the rest of the season, and that's it. They're terrible. Adjust your picks accordingly. What else? That's pretty much it. I got another pick wrong. What was it? Let me check. Jeez. Yeah, that's right. It was this Lions game that I got wrong, and then the Titans one, which I'm gonna be biased. I'm a Titans fan. I'm going to be biased, so you already expect that of me. So anyway, guys, we're gonna get into these late games. I will probably recap Bears Ravens. So I'll do that one. I'll also do 49ers Saints, and I'll also do Kansas City Patriots. Or not Kansas City Broncos, and tomorrow I'll do Patriots Panthers. You're getting all kinds of videos from me, so you better appreciate it. James Carter TV, I'm out.